You've got one shot at this life, and every second you waste waiting for the right moment is a second lost forever. Get up and get it done. You say you're tired, so what? You say you're overwhelmed. Welcome to the club. You say you're not ready, no one ever is. The difference between winners and watchers isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's execution. You either make it happen or you don't. You think motivation is going to magically show up one morning like an Amazon package? No. Motivation comes after you move, after you show up, after you grind. Success doesn't come with a guarantee, but regret does. And regret will eat you alive. So what are you going to do? Keep scrolling or start building. Keep wishing or start working. There is no perfect day, no magic plan. There's just you right now and what you're willing to do with this moment. You already know what needs to be done. You've known it for a long time, so this is your sign. This is your wake-up call. Get up and get it done. Stop waiting for motivation. It comes after action, not before. You think you need to feel inspired before you start. That's the lie you've been sold. Motivation is not a spark that magically shows up to push you into greatness. It's the result of movement. The moment you start, even if it's messy, even if it's small, something changes inside you. Your brain begins to shift, your energy begins to rise, and suddenly what felt impossible starts to feel possible. But it never happens if you sit still, overthinking, overplanning, and waiting for the right mood. Let's be honest, how many days have you waited, hoping to feel motivated? And how many of those days did nothing happen? Exactly. That's because motivation isn't the starter, it's the byproduct. You get it by doing. By showing up when it's uncomfortable. By moving forward when you don't feel like it. Discipline lights the fire, not emotion. You want to write that book. Start typing. You want to get in shape. Start walking. You want to build that dream. Start building. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. The first rep, the first call, the first step. That's where motivation hides. It's not coming to find you while you're lying in bed scrolling your phone. It shows up asterisk asterisk after asterisk asterisk. You've stood up, after you've committed, after you've taken action. Waiting around for a wave of inspiration is a recipe for staying exactly where you are. You'll feel stuck not because you don't have drive, but because you're waiting for a feeling instead of creating it. Start the work and the feeling will follow. Push through the resistance and motivation will meet you on the other side. It's not magic, it's momentum, and momentum only comes from movement. So stop sitting. Stop doubting. Stop waiting. Move, act, do something, anything, because motivation isn't coming first. But if you get up and go, it won't be far behind. Everyone feels tired, lost, or unprepared. Push anyway. You're not the only one dragging your feet through the day. You're not the only one who wakes up some mornings and thinks, I can't do this today. We've all been there. Every single person you look up to has had those moments too. Tired, yes. Confused, often. Unprepared, absolutely. But they pushed anyway. They didn't wait to feel perfect. They didn't wait for a clear path or a perfect plan. They just moved. They showed up. They fought through the fog. And that's what made them different. Not talent, not luck, not comfort, but grit. The willingness to move forward even when your body says no. Even when your mind says you're not ready. Let me tell you something. It's normal to feel like you don't have it all figured out. It's normal to doubt yourself. It's normal to feel like quitting. But what's not okay is letting that feeling become your truth. What's not okay is sitting still while your dreams rot in the corner. You've got to keep going. Even when your energy is low. Even when the path ahead looks like a maze. Even when your confidence is shaking. Especially then. Because that's where growth lives. in the struggle, in the discomfort, in the push. You think the champions don't feel tired. You think the greats never felt lost. They did, but they kept climbing anyway, step by painful step, effort over excuses, discipline over doubt. They didn't wait to feel ready. They made themselves ready by refusing to stop. And you can do the same. You don't need to feel 100% to give 100%. You just need to keep moving. You just need to keep showing up. You just need to push anyway. Success is not guaranteed, but regret is. You can do everything right, work hard, stay focused, sacrifice sleep, stay consistent, and still, there's no promise you'll win. There's no certificate waiting at the end that says, "Congratulations, you made it." That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Success is unpredictable. Sometimes it takes longer than you hoped. Sometimes it shows up in a different form than you imagined. And sometimes it doesn't come at all. At least not the way you planned. But here's the other truth, regret, that always shows up. Regret doesn't miss. It waits quietly in the shadows, watching every time you back down, every time you delay, every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow." And then tomorrow becomes never. Regret has a way of sticking with you, of whispering in your ear at night, of reminding you that you could have done more, that you could have tried, that you didn't. You won't always remember the pain of trying and failing. But you will never forget the pain of not trying at all. That kind of weight, it lasts, it shows up in your silence, in your what-ifs, in your "I wish I had." You don't want that kind of pain. You don't want to sit there years from now, looking back at the chances you didn't take, the dreams you let die, the potential you buried because the outcome wasn't certain. So what if success isn't guaranteed? You still show up. You still give it everything, because the cost of quitting is always higher. And the pain of regret is always heavier than the pain of effort. You risk the unknown for the chance to live without that weight on your soul. You go all in, not because it's promised, but because it's worth it. Even if you fall short, you'll know you stood up and tried, and that alone is a kind of victory. But doing nothing, that's a loss you carry forever. Action separates the achievers from the excuse makers. Not ideas, not intentions, not dreams. Everyone has a vision of what they want. Everyone has goals, desires, and plans in their head. But only a few turn those thoughts into reality, and the difference is action. It's not the smartest person in the room who wins. It's not the one with the perfect background or the ideal circumstances. It's the one who gets up and does the work, while others are talking about what they're going to do. The achievers are already doing it. While some are waiting for the timing to be right, the achievers are making time work for them. Excuse makers always have a story, a reason they couldn't, a reason they didn't, too tired, too busy, too risky, too late, too early. They hide behind their words, but achievers, they don't have time for excuses. They're too busy building, too busy showing up, too busy failing forward and rising again. They're not perfect, they're not fearless, but they move. They take that first step, even when it's shaky. They act, even when no one's watching, because they know that action is the only language success understands. No one gets results from thinking harder. You get results from doing, from putting your head down and taking that next step. You don't have to be loud about it. You just have to be consistent. You just have to be relentless. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Stop explaining. Stop defending. Stop planning without execution. Start doing, even if it's small, even if it's uncomfortable, because action is the only thing that moves the needle. The only thing that turns someday into today. Excuses feel good in the moment, but they steal your future. Action is hard, but it builds everything you want. So if you want to know who wins, don't look at who talks the most. Look at who works the most. Because at the end of the day, action is the line. One side is comfort, the other is achievement. You choose where you stand. You don't need perfect timing. You need relentless consistency. Too many people waste years waiting for the stars to align, waiting for the right day, the right energy, the right mindset, but the truth is, perfect timing is a myth. It doesn't exist. There will always be something in the way, always a reason to wait just a little longer. And if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss every opportunity that shows up in disguise. Because progress doesn't come from perfect days. It comes from showing up on the messy ones, the tired ones, the ordinary ones. Consistency is what builds greatness, not intensity once in a while, not motivation that comes and goes, but steady effort. Relentless, daily action. It's boring sometimes. It's not glamorous. It won't go viral, but it works, because brick by brick, you build something unshakable, not overnight, not in a week, but in time. Every step you take, even the small ones, stack up, and those small efforts, done over and over, create results you can't ignore. Meanwhile, the ones waiting for perfect timing are still standing at the start line. Still thinking, still doubting, still hesitating. You want to be different, be consistent, be the one who doesn't stop, be the one who works when it's inconvenient, be the one who keeps going when no one's clapping. Because that kind of consistency, it's rare, and that's what makes it powerful. Success doesn't ask for perfection. It demands persistence. It rewards the ones who show up again and again, no matter what the day looks like. You don't need every condition to be right. You just need to commit, to keep pushing, to keep building, even when it's slow, even when it's silent, even when no one sees it yet, because eventually the results will speak. Not because you had perfect timing, but because you refused to quit. You already know what needs to be done. Stop pretending you don't. Deep down, you know the truth. You know what's holding you back. You know the habits that are hurting you. You know the work you've been avoiding. You don't need another podcast, another quote, or another motivational video to tell you what to do. You already know. But pretending you don't, that's easier. It gives you a way out. It gives you an excuse to stay where it's safe, where it's comfortable. Because the moment you admit what needs to be done, the pressure's on. Now you're responsible. Now it's your move, and that's where the fear creeps in. Fear of failure, fear of change, fear of discomfort. So instead, you act confused. You overthink. You keep searching for more answers, more signs, more validation. But the truth is, you've had the answer for a long time. You just haven't acted on it, because action is hard, because honesty is uncomfortable. But that's what growth requires, not more information. More courage, the courage to face what you've been avoiding, the courage to do the hard thing, the thing you know is right. It might mean cutting off a distraction. It might mean sacrificing comfort. It might mean committing fully without guarantees. But you're ready, you've always been ready, you're just scared to admit it, and that fear, that hesitation, it's costing you time, it's costing you peace, it's costing you progress. Stop pretending you're lost when you're just stalling. Stop acting like you don't know the path when you're just afraid to walk it. The next step is right in front of you. You've seen it in your mind 1,000 times. You've felt it in your gut. It's clear. It's calling you, so stop waiting for permission. Stop hiding behind confusion. Be honest with yourself. Be bold enough to move. You already know what needs to be done, so do it. There is no secret formula, just hard work and repetition. Everyone wants the shortcut. Everyone's looking for the hack, the trick, the one thing that makes it all easier, but the truth, there is no shortcut, there is no magic method, there is no hidden secret that successful people are keeping from you. There's just work, hard, consistent, focused work, the kind that no one applauds, the kind that no one posts on social media, the kind that feels boring, repetitive, and exhausting. But that's what builds greatness. That's what creates results that last. You want to master a skill, do it 1,000 times. You want to get stronger, train every day, not just when you feel like it. You want to build something real. Put in the hours when no one's watching. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it works. Success is not a lottery ticket. It's a grind, and repetition is the grindstone. You show up again and again until it becomes second nature. Until your doubts get quieter, until your confidence grows, not from hype but from proof. Repetition builds discipline. Repetition sharpens focus. Repetition creates momentum, and momentum is what most people never get to feel because they quit before it shows up. They try something for a week, don't see results, and move on. They're addicted to the new. They chase trends instead of building a foundation. But you don't need the new, you need the necessary. The real, the work. Do it daily. Do it when it's hard. Do it when it's boring. Do it when you'd rather do anything else. Because that's where the edge is. That's where the winners live. Not in the fantasy of shortcuts, but in the reality of effort. Repetition creates mastery, and mastery creates freedom. So if you're looking for a secret formula, this is it. Work, repetition, repeat. You won't feel like it every day. Do it anyway. Some days you'll wake up ready to attack the world. Other days you won't even want to get out of bed. That's normal, that's life. But the ones who win, they don't wait for perfect energy. They don't wait to feel 100%. They just show up. They understand that discipline is stronger than emotion. They understand that results don't care about your mood. You think greatness is built on motivation? No, it's built on commitment. The kind of commitment that doesn't waver just because you're tired, or stressed, or unmotivated. You can't depend on how you feel, because feelings lie. They tell you to hit snooze. They tell you to take it easy. They tell you you deserve a break. But that's not your standard. Your goals don't pause just because you don't feel like it. Your future doesn't wait for your energy to catch up. So you move, you act, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because those are the days that count the most. Anyone can grind when they're inspired, but it's the days you push through resistance that separate you, that build your resilience, that build your edge, that build your identity. You become the kind of person who shows up no matter what. Not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because it's necessary. You do the work even when it's uncomfortable. You stay loyal to the process even when your emotions try to negotiate, and little by little, that discipline compounds. You get stronger, you get sharper, you get closer, not because every day was perfect, but because you never stopped showing up. So no, you won't feel like it every day, and that's okay, but do it anyway. Excuses are lies wrapped in comfort. Kill them. They sound reasonable. They feel safe. They give you a way out without guilt, but they're lies, soft, convincing lies that whisper, it's okay to stop, it's okay to wait, it's okay to lower the bar, but the truth. Excuses are the silent killers of potential. They don't come with warning signs, they come dressed as logic, they come disguised as self-care, as protecting your peace, but all they really protect is your comfort zone. And comfort zones, they're where dreams go to die. Excuses keep you trapped. They steal your momentum. They silence your ambition. They delay your goals day by day, inch by inch, until one day you look back and realize you've been standing still for years. And it all started with a small excuse. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll do it tomorrow. No, you won't, not if you keep feeding the lie. Not if you keep letting the excuse win. You want to grow. You want to lead. You want to build a life that means something. Kill the excuses, starve them, expose them, call them what they are, lies. You're not too tired. You're just undisciplined. You do have time. You're just wasting it. You're not confused. You're just scared, and it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel resistance, but it's not okay to let lies run your life. You have to be ruthless. You have to fight back. You have to say no more. No more pretending. No more delaying. No more letting fear wear a mask called reason. You want freedom. You want power. Then destroy the thing that's been holding you back. Not the world, not the system, not your past, the excuses. The small, quiet lies you keep telling yourself, the lies that keep you small, the lies that sound soft but hit hard. Kill them now, before they kill your future. This moment is your opportunity. Own it or watch someone else do it. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, asterisk asterisk. Right now, asterisk asterisk, is the window, and it won't stay open forever. Every second you hesitate, someone else is moving. Someone else is showing up. Someone else is outworking you. Not because they're better, not because they're luckier, but because they're bold enough to act. They see the same challenges, they feel the same fear, but they move anyway. While you're overthinking, they're executing. While you're waiting for the perfect time, they're making time work for them. Opportunity doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't knock forever. It passes. And when it does, it doesn't care who was almost ready. It rewards those who grabbed it with both hands. Even when they weren't sure, even when they were scared, even when they didn't have all the answers. This moment right here, it's not just another ordinary day. It's a door, and the question is, are you going to step through it? Or are you going to stand at the threshold, watching someone else live the life you wanted? Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your reasons. It only responds to ownership. Ownership of your time, your mindset, your choices. You can't keep blaming circumstances. You can't keep pointing fingers. You can't keep wishing things were different. You have to take control, because if you don't own this moment, it will be owned by someone else. Someone who was just as tired, just as unsure, just as human, but made a different choice, the choice to start, the choice to commit, the choice to go all in with whatever they had. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being fearless. It's about being present, right here, right now. This moment is not coming back. So what are you going to do with it? Hesitate or own it?